so nice to have you back, and I'm excited to share this video with you. I've been trying to get this video done for a couple weeks now, and I finally got it all put together last week. That's why no new video came out last Friday. But today we're going to actually be jumping into a week of, not a week living in a Japanese style, because that's a lot, and unfortunately I'm not in Japan and I can't experience a lot of what they experience there. But we have a lot of fun inspired things. For example, I read my first manga, which was recommended by How to Train Your Gavin, and I'll talk about more about that later. And I also went to a really amazing Japanese restaurant. I'll share that information also later. And we made some bao and pizza bao, of course. And well, not of course, because pizza bao is actually kind of different, but pizza bao. And a lot of other fun things. I also got a chance to play my game Okami and just have a really good week. So this is a week of doing Japanese inspired things. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. It was a lot of fun to make, and I really highly recommend doing one of these things or doing all of these things, but just enjoying a little bit of a different culture and experiencing something that's a little bit more different. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, is just kind of experiencing some new things and some things I've already tried before. I absolutely love bao, but we'll talk more about that later. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you guys enjoy this week in a life of inspired Japanese things. Yeah. On Monday, we ended up traveling to Leipzig, which is a town or a city in the eastern part of Germany. It's adorable, beautiful buildings, beautiful architecture, but also a really amazing manga shop. And this is actually my first manga shop I've ever walked into, and it was truly amazing. It had a whole wall of just different mangas, different arcs. They even had so many One Piece mangas and the different arcs of the One Piece manga that I was just overwhelmed and overjoyed at the same time. What was also cool is they had this whole other area that had different things you can buy that represented the different mangas. I will be 100% honest, I don't know what all of these things are called, but they had some really cool plushies. I was a little sad they didn't have a Totoro plushie. However, I did find one at a different shop a little bit down the street, so I have my first Totoro plushie, which I am super happy about. And then they also had some other things with One Piece, which I thought was really cute. Definitely made me think of How to Train Your Gavin. Definitely thinking about sending him a thank you for introducing me to my first manga and also this world. And this shop was just really amazing. I'll go ahead and link their shop down in the description below. If you're ever in Leipzig, I 100% you should check it out. So I went to my first manga shop. I actually ordered my first manga book on Amazon because I didn't know where else to find it, and I didn't even know where to start with manga. So I reached out to one of my favorite YouTubers, How to Train Your Gavin, and was like, Gavin, I need your help. I want to read a manga, but I don't know where to start. Do you have any recommendations? And he said he's really loved One Piece, which I've heard so much about, and I've heard One Piece talked all over YouTube right now. But One Piece is a lot for me. I mean, there's so many arcs, there's so many different books or mangas, and it's just so big. I wanted to start a little bit smaller. So I asked for any other recommendations, and he said that he hasn't read very many, but he recommended one, and I was kind of interested in it. It's a little bit younger adult, but I am open to that, of course, called Witch Hat Atelier. I actually had to look up the pronunciation of this, and all I kept hearing was the French one, but I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. But if not, I'm sorry. I normally just look at it and say, okay, that's the book I'm reading, or the manga I'm reading. So I picked this one up, and I started reading it a little while ago, finished it quite quickly, but left the last chapter for the train because I wanted to enjoy it before getting a new one. However, I didn't even think about it. I'm reading this in English, and then all of the mangas at the manga store are all in German, so I still have to order this online. However, this is so adorable. What an adorable manga. And I don't know why I know exactly why I've never read manga before. Unfortunately, I think it has this stereotype connected to it, that it's only for like nerdy people and people who are experts in manga or experts with the Japanese culture, or experts with this like world. But I don't think so. I think it's a really great, fun read that you can just enjoy, and it doesn't have to be connected to anybody specific. Like, you can enjoy a manga, why not? Same reason why you can enjoy a children's book and be 30, almost 30. And so I think this, if you're wanting to try out manga and pick up your first manga, I highly, highly recommend this. Gavin was 100% correct. This is cute, sweet, and just a fun, fun read. And the pictures are absolutely gorgeous. I loved everything in it, and it's just a really nice, cozy read. So, highly recommend this. My first manga, and I'm getting the next couple because I think there's 10 or 12 in the series. And I'm really excited to see where this one goes. So, highly, highly recommend, and I'm loving it. When we went to the manga store, we actually picked up a couple more manga because I was like, if I grabbed one, I gotta grab more because I'm sure to like them. Also, I apologize, the sun is going down, so I'm losing a little bit of light, but I have a candlestick if I need it. But I'm gonna try to make this quick. So, I've picked up a couple manga that are a little bit more cutesy, a little bit more my style, especially for spring. The first one, which I'm gonna butcher all these names because I normally don't read names out loud. I just kind of make up the names in my head to how they're supposed to sound. I'm sure a lot of you do it. Raise your hand in the comments below if you do that too, or if it's just me. So I picked up X, Yakuzo, and Stray Kitten. So I thought this was really adorable because this guy looks miserable with an adorable stray kitten, and it has a kitten on the cover and I had to get it. So really that's honestly the only reason I got this. However, the photos or the pictures on the inside are just beautifully drawn as well. And so it's hard not to say no, especially this one. There's not hundreds, but there's so many cats in a row. So I'm looking forward to reading this one and getting cozy, and it's perfect for spring. So I'm really, really happy with this one. I also picked up, I honestly don't know what any of these are about, by the way. I just looked at the pictures and bought them based on that. So yes, I did judge a book by its pictures. And then I picked up Nije und Kuro Band fürs Leben. I wanted to read more in German, and since we're at a German manga shop, I was like, okay, I have to find at least one manga that's in German. And all of them were in German except for a little tiny bit, so that's why I got the Yuzuko one with Stray Kitten. But this one, I was like, okay, it has a cute little weird monster on it, or creature on it. It's like rainbow colored, it's cute. I'm gonna grab this one. So that's why that's the only reason I have this one. It's another cute thing, and I grabbed it. And also the pictures are still fun inside. It looks like a good story. And I thought, what better way to learn German or practice reading in German than getting something where I can follow the pictures with the story. So it's like an adult picture book, and I think that's perfect. My partner found one that I actually wanted to read as well, but it's a little bit more intense. It's called Momo, the Blood Digger. I'm guessing it's about vampires, also based on the pictures on the inside, which are terrifying. I'm guessing this is more horror. I normally don't read horror books in the sense of like gruesome, bloody and stuff, but I thought this looked interesting and intense and maybe really good for Halloween, so I grabbed this one in the hopes that it'll be a good and scary read for Halloween, but if it's too intense, at least my partner can read it too. And the last one, this one we actually got a little while ago. It's been really It's been talked about a lot on YouTube lately because I think they're coming out with a new installment, I guess, and it's Berserk. And Berserk is one of those mangas that I've told can be very, very intense and gruesome and bloody and may not be for me, but I say, what the whoop, let's go ahead and try some new things out. And it doesn't hurt to try out some new mangas, some new books, and if I don't like it, that's perfectly okay. It's just not my style. Other people are going to love it, and that's what's really important. So I'm going to try to read Berserk, but I think I'm going to do it in small snippets and then read my cutesy manga in between. So that's kind of all my manga story, but honestly, 100% recommend manga. I think it's like it's a really good way to get cozy and comfortable, or like watching a horror movie, I guess, if you're into the gory, gruesome horror movies, and be able to sit down and just enjoy something that's not reading a novel or a novella or anything like that. It's just something a little bit different, but really enjoyable, and I think everybody should feel comfortable reading a manga and read what you want. Don't feel judged by anybody else. If it's children's book, young adult, or crazy manga, then crazy manga being Momo and Berserk. My other manga is not crazy. It's very calmy looking. But read what you want, do what you feel is right for you, and that's all that matters. So I loved the mangas that I've read. Or one manga I read, and I'm looking forward to reading more. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into Tuesday, and I'll go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of this video until I interrupt you again. On Tuesday, we went ahead and got to enjoy this beautiful restaurant, Tokyo Cafe. It had some of the most amazing food I've ever had in a restaurant, and it was really authentic Japanese food. We got to talk to the owner, and she was so amazing. I'm gonna list this restaurant down in the comments below because I highly recommend visiting this place. They had amazing vegetarian and vegan meals, plus this beautiful mochi tiramisu and some great sake. We just decided to kind of take a relaxing ride home. I decided I just wanted to read my manga and relax, so now I'm just gonna let you relax and listen to some music while we enjoy a little bit of a train ride. Once we got home on Wednesday, I was pretty tired and just kind of wanted to relax. It was already pretty late at night, so we decided to just sit down on the sofa. I wanted to play a little bit of Okami, so I played some Okami, which has to be one of my favorite games ever. It's definitely beautiful, it's made so well, and you get to play as a white wolf or white dog, and it has this beautiful coloring, and it's just so fun. So if you've never played Okami and you're looking for a new Switch game, definitely check this one out because it's just a blast. And you get to make the sun. Like, how amazing is that? And then one of the things I really like is sometimes after you fight like bad guys, then you get this like beautiful like scene of all these flowers blooming, and it just brings this like spring happiness to my heart. So again, highly recommend this game. It has some fighting monsters, but it's just a blast. So again, highly recommend. I'll put the name down in the comments below or the description below so you know where to find it. Now, for Thursday, we thought we would try something at home, and I absolutely love bao. I think it's one of my favorite things to eat. It's like a little pocket of just soup, and you have this beautiful fluffy bread around it. It's just absolutely delightful. So we've been following a YouTuber that does a lot of Japanese different kind of recipes, and we saw her do a pizza bao. And I know pizza is not traditionally what's in bao, but I mean kind of a westernized recipe, I guess. So we went ahead and just followed her recipe. I'll put her YouTube down in the description below, and also the video we followed. The video is really easy to follow. She makes it so easy to make as well, and I just thought this was so delightful. One of the things I thought was really cool about this recipe is we added paprika powder directly into the bao dough, so that way it would add that kind of pizza flavor on the outside of our pizza bao as well. Now, we ended up making about 8 large bao, which was a lot. They were really filling, so we ate it for lunch and dinner, but we think we could have actually split it up to 3 meals. But it's okay. We were just really full. And shaping these were actually just like I was shaping a ball of dough for rolls or anything like that. And then I ended up rolling it to make it flat, so it was really nice to roll out, so I had no seams. And what was really great about this recipe is it felt like I was just making rolls or tortillas or anything like that. So it felt natural, even though it's a very new recipe for me. I do have to admit, filling these were kind of weird, just because I'm putting this very kind of moist and saucy meat in the middle of this dough and then rolling it all together, but it worked really well. I do have to admit that it was also kind of hard to make sure that they were all the way closed, but just pinching it and making sure that the dough is quite sticky to each other, and just kind of practice is all I can say I had to do. It just took a couple tries to make sure it was actually working. And I've showed it at different kind of angles, so that way you can maybe see how I pinched it closed and then also twisted it closed, just so you have some options. Again, the YouTuber I followed did a great job at showing how to do this as well. I followed her one video and was able to figure it out. So again, I'll put her video in the description below, so if you want to follow her recipes and also follow her other bento box recipes, I highly recommend it. We've been doing her bento boxes and they've been absolutely great. And I think one of the things that was extremely surprising for me is how easy these were to steam in just a pan. So we ended up getting a large pan, having a bowl that sit right in there with a lid sitting on top. Making sure that the lids fit nicely and tightly on the pan was really important to make sure they were getting steamed all the way through. But honestly, they were so easy to make at home, and I'm so excited to make more bao. This has to be one of the best findings of this week, is bao, or homemade bao. We also made a really great tomato and cucumber mixed salad with some mirin and sesame oil and some other really fun things. Just an easy kind of Asian styled salad, which was delicious. And then we fried some peppers with some sesame oil as well, which was just delightful. And so everything together made it just a delightful meal. I know I keep saying delightful, but I have to say it was truly lovely, and it was so good and so refreshing and perfect for spring as well. And ripping these bao open was just such a fun little thing, because it's like almost ripping open a cloud. This dough is so fluffy and airy. And then having that pizza filling inside, it was almost like eating an inside out pizza. It was really delightfully lovely. Now, for Friday, we decided to take it really easy and just watch a Studio Ghibli movie, and Totoro has to be one of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies. It's just so sweet and just so lovely and perfect for a Friday evening. With our movie, though, we also had to enjoy some amazing Japanese snacks and sweets. And so I grabbed my Totoro that I found in Leipzig. We also found a World of Sweets that kind of carried an assortment of different Japanese goods. And so we picked up a couple of them, of course one of them being Pocky, but with new flavors, and we got to try each and one of them. So we have these cute little mushrooms that are strawberry flavored. They were so good. I have to be eating these all the time. I ate my whole box within, a night. We also got strawberry Pocky, which was really good and really delightful, very sweet, and smelled so strongly of strawberry. It was absolutely mind-blowing, but really good. We also have these cute little strawberry kind of mousse strawberries. They have chocolate on one side and strawberry on the other. These were alright. I didn't love them. And we also got a blueberry pocky. It's like a blueberry yogurt. It was really nice and delightful, and again, was consumed in one evening. And then we got this really fluffy cake, which reminds us of a Baumkuchen, which is a tree cake. It's just layered cake over and over and over again. It had kind of like a caramel-y flavor, but it wasn't really strong, so it wasn't that sweet, but it was really soft, fluffy, and delightful, and just kind of fun to eat. It definitely got dark very quickly, so I'm sorry for the lighting, but I think this is adorable, and I really enjoyed doing this during the fall as well. So we'll just continue it on in the spring when I decide to record really late in the evening. It's not even late, it's only like 8:30. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really loved making the bao, and bao is so easy to make at home, so I highly recommend it. And if you want to make it a little bit more westernized, the pizza bao was so delicious and so easy to heat up again. I ate it cold the next day and it was absolutely delightful. And I really just enjoyed trying new things. This restaurant, Tokyo Cafe, if you're ever in Leipzig, go to this restaurant. The owner is absolutely delightful. She's so sweet and so kind, and she has the best sake. We tried a banana sake and it was so delightful. And they had a tiramisu, a mochi tiramisu that was really good as well. So, ever in Leipzig, Germany, go to Tokyo Cafe. I 100% recommend it. You'll love it. It's so delicious. They have vegan and vegetarian options, and then you can add meat if you would like, if you're a meat eater. Again, highly recommend. Delicious. So I enjoyed trying that restaurant. I enjoyed trying some different sakes, and then being able to manga shop, and just and then also watching Totoro. Totoro is one of my favorite films, and I actually found a Totoro stuffed animal. It's not a stuffed animal though. I found a Totoro plushie, and it's so soft, and I've been wanting one for a while, and so it's nice to just sit on the sofa and cuddle with. And so when we were watching Totoro, I was able to cuddle with my Totoro, and I was trying all these other Japanese sweets. Pocky is one of my favorite, but we got some new, just different types of Pocky. And then those little tiny strawberry mushrooms, they were so good and just so cute. So one of the things I love about Japanese like treats and sweets and just food in general is they love to kind of decorate it up or make it really cute and fun. And it's just been such a joy to try those things. And honestly, it's made me so excited to go to Japan at one point. Not anytime soon, but maybe in the future I can actually go there and try some of these cafes. I've seen a lot of like manga cafes, and I think they have a Final Fantasy cafe, which would be really interesting to visit. I didn't play it as a kid, but my brother played it a lot. So it's just like a little memory for me. I don't know where to have my candle. It's too dark. But I will go ahead and let you guys go. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed this one because there are just so many fun little things here in Germany that are still Japanese inspired, because there's so many people who've moved here from Japan who are bringing their culture here. So it's been really, really amazing to see. So if you have any other cultures that you say, hey, you should really try this kind of food or these baked goods or something like that, let me know in the comments below. I would love to do it. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be reading more books, baking more treats, and I think I'm going to be trying some red bean bao because I saw a picture of it and I just really, really want to try baking it, or I guess steaming it. So if you want to go ahead and join me for that video, make sure you subscribe down below and like this video if you liked it. If you didn't, that's okay. And we'll go ahead and let you go there because my candle is not lighting me up enough and it's getting very dark. So with With all of that said, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely day, or a lovely evening, or a lovely weekend, and I will see you guys very soon. Until next time, ciao!